Hello. We're over here. Hi there, don't look at the race. We're in the grandstand. Hi. Hi, welcome to the third week of the series in which I try to become a Porsche Cup champion. We're currently on position 26, so we're doing very well indeed. This is Mugello. We're gonna look at 4 races I did last week and see if we can gain some positions in the championship. So join me on my second lap of quali this week already. In typical channel fashion, we already bottled our first lap, so we can only get this 1 lap in. Now this is actually one of my favorite corners of the circuit. It sounds maybe a little weird, but it's a nice downhill braking zone, and when you get it perfectly right, you can really win like a 10th or maybe 2 on your best lap. Now this is the corner that I dislike the most, so we got those out of the way. It's also a downhill braking zone, but it's very rough to get it spot on, and I always feel like I leave some time on the table there. But what are we going to get for our first quali of the week? 149.9, but... Okay, the pole sitter did a 49.0, and we're still gonna drop a little, but that's not bad. That's great, not terrible, but we can work with it. You can push me if you want. Thank you. There we go, already bump drafting, not even 200 meters after the start. That bodes very well for what's coming up. Trying to stick it to the inside here. Don't want to be on the outside there because people will send it, especially in the first couple of laps. I'm trying to go side by side here with, I don't know, I'm not gonna try and even pronounce that name. But on the exit here, Dali gets a poor drive, going for the inside here. And oh, did I hit him? Yeah, there's some contact. We'll look at this later. Did I hit? That was not intentional at all. Look at it after the race. Focus now. Maybe we should pass. If we get an opportunity, obviously, you can't just choose to pass whenever you like. So we are definitely on the tail of the name that shall not be pronounced, and this could be a chance, you know. We do get a nice slipstream. He obviously can't follow the leaders in front. I don't think I would be able to do that too, but a podium in the first race would be very nice. So we're definitely gonna try and make a move here. Defends the inside there. Like I said before, a move around the outside here is very difficult. As you can see, even thinking about the outside, the car behind Pascal thinks about going to the inside and almost dives me there. So you can definitely hear I'm recording this first thing in the morning. I still need to warm up my voice a little bit, but it'll get better during the video. So what I noticed looking back at this footage, I am much more able now to follow others closely, and I hope it is a theme you'll notice as well in this video, because I just feel a bit more confident in the car. It feels like I'm getting the grip of this Porsche Cup car finally, because it's truly a very difficult car to drive. Now we're a bit further away this time. I didn't think this was gonna be an opportunity bear, but you can see, okay, I'm gonna try it once. Kusheng Huang, we see him make a mistake, and I get the outside for the first part of the chicane. That becomes the inside for the other part of the chicane. There is some contact according to iRacing. I didn't feel it, it was a 0x, but we made it through, and we're in P3. That's a good start of the week so far. Take the off track, it's fine. Alright, now we have to defend, I guess. And that is truly what we are going to have to do. Like I said in the qualifying, I find this last turn a little weird. I just can't find my grips with it. So every time we go through it, I seem to be struggling. And yes, I said I was just going to try it once and I'm going to keep it at that. He's going to pass me just before T1. We are a little side by side with Liam here. Just a tiny bit of oversteer coming into the first part of the chicane, but we do keep it at P4, luckily. Alright, skipping to 1 lap later, still struggling a little bit with that last weird turn. It feels just like you can't fully push there. Gonna have to drive it a lot to get used to it. And like I said, this is race 1, so we are under pressure again from lying behind. We do have a nice slipstream, but he's very close. He's closing up. Looking back at it, I just don't really defend the inside at all. So all he has to do is break into the gap. Just give me a slight nudge. That's okay.
Didn't feel like he made the apex completely there, but it's fine.
But was he ahead at the apex is the question I really gotta ask myself here. All jokes aside, it was a perfectly fine move. I just didn't defend, and looking back at the footage, I do not understand why.
Just struggling with this understeer in this section. Not sure why and what it is and what I can do to solve it, but drive more. Another off track, yeah, why not? Another one and another one. It feels like I'm a little bit punching above my weight here. Feels like they're all a bit faster than I am, especially in the latter phases of the race, but let's see what happens, because they are all the way over there now.
A very feisty entry into turn 1 for both Liam and the other guy. So I just stick to the apex, and Liam is on the gravel outside there. It looks like we're going to get this position, but that's kind of rude. He just, I was ahead at the apex and he just runs into me, I feel like.
Set clear, right? Spotter. Another moment to look at. The race is over. 10x. Let's go. 11x. Whoa, what's this? Dang it, there goes my good result. I'm not sure what that was. Yeah, probably me just failing again, but... Oh, sweating. But it's going to be a P7. That's a bit disappointing, really. 2 weeks ago, this would have been a wonderful result. Don't get me wrong, but it's still decent enough, but... I don't know. Let's just review the incidents quickly. Start was okay. Ah, he pushes us, that's nice. We're nice in the clear here. Decide to go for the inside. Nothing special so far. Oh, here we go. He oversteers a little bit. He has to correct so we can get side by side here. I'm not sure what to think of that, to be honest. He runs wide, there's gravel there. I'd say that's more a dick move than mine. But, hey, who am I? It's cold in here. But I bet that I'll be sweating after 2 laps. So, race 2, and we're ready, I guess.
So join me on this first lap of quali for a change. We are going to do, and I'm going to spoil this for you, a purple sector. So look at this poetic driving for me. It was, until then, the best middle sector I did, and it felt really good. These turns are so hit or miss for me. They either go all perfect or they're all terrible. This one is interesting as well. You can cut the sausage curb a little bit there, but it does unsettle the car a little, so you just trying to nudge them with your front tire, not really going over them, but you can hit them, and there you see this beautiful purple sector.
Was quite okay first lap, I guess.
We're gonna get a very nice lap time in, if you ask me. So what is that gonna give us for the second lap? Well, nothing really because it was slower. I'm sorry. The first lap is usually the slower lap, but in this case it was my best.
Bit further than I'd hoped, but I'm still happy with this. It's okay. Now what do? They're all gonna go inside, I think.
Like I said, usually inside is the meta for the first turn, but we are fully in the clear, so we can just take our normal racing line, or like a little bit, and see what happens. And at the moment everybody is wising up, trying to stay single file. Just Pascal in front going for a dive around the outside. Does he make it stick? No, he just loses a little bit of time, but we're all single file now, so a very calm start for Porsche Cup terms. And this is what I was talking about earlier. I just feel like I'm much more confident following people. Maybe it just took some time to get used to the dirty air or something, but it does feel like I can attack more, and that is honestly a very nice feeling. With this very short drift of Pascal in front, we are now in front of him. So that is a very easy position to gain. He does, however, get our slipstream, and he is close behind. And we are just outside of slipstream range from the guy in front. So do we need to defend? Oh, look in the mirror. Pascal is actually under pressure from Alice behind. So we can just cruise through turn 1. And having people side by side behind you is always very nice, especially at these awkward chicanes in Mugello. They're okay to go through by yourself, but side by side they're very difficult. Watch this as well in front. You can see a spinner. I'm not sure what happened, but there's a lot of smoke and somebody off to the right, which is a freebie and another position gained.
Just stay in the battle, I guess. There's always somebody wide here.
And now they will demonstrate for me, very kind of them, how awkward it is to go side by side through this chicane, because the exit speed is pretty much non-existent onto the straight here. And Igor demonstrates it by almost, well, passing Dali on the exit, but he gets squeezed a little bit. Can they make it side by side? Yes, they can, but it'll bunch up again and give me a chance at an overtake here.
Bunched up a bit more than I expected.
This is a difficult one to get around the outside, so I have to be in front. Just a small right-hander and then a long left-hander, so I concede and choose to fight another day. Now this is an interesting tactic. He tried it at the start and he will try it again. It's called the outside dive bomb, or I just made it up, but there he goes. See if it works, and you can obviously see that it doesn't, so he still has to perfect his outside dive bomb technique for the future, but at least he tried, right? Now we have a recurring theme from last race. This was only the race after, so it's 2 hours later. You can see a lot of the same drivers in this race, and we can see here that Treq One is struggling to keep up with the leaders, but he's defending his position very hard. Can Dali make the pass here around the outside of the second part of this chicane? It looks like he does, so he gets the inside for the next corner. That should be a pass, and they immediately demonstrate how awkward it is to drive through this section of the track side by side as well, because everybody behind bunches up. Igor makes a very nice pass around the outside, and I almost forget to defend again.
Would have been a bad defense by me. But he didn't go for it, luckily. This could be a run.
This could be a run indeed. We're very close on the back of Treq One here. But he also has a draft from Igor in front, so we do not catch up as much as I would have liked to. We just show our nose to try and throw him off a little bit, and look at it, it somehow works. He runs wide, so we are going to get side by side. We're gonna have to do the awkward chicane by ourselves, but it looks like that we are through.
This is a déjà vu and all.
And I'll show you why this is a déjà vu right away. Look at this. This was last race. He does, well, exactly the same thing. We get exactly the same opportunity around the outside here. It looks like it works twice in a row. And twice as well, a little contact, and twice we're through.
I'll take the 2 inks as well. I don't care. No stupid things in the last corner, just... Yeah, let's go! This was a good race. Probably very boring to watch, but very enjoyable to drive. P5. A fresh day once again, and we're doing race 3. I don't know why I have to say it like that.
So join me for what will be my best qualifying lap of the week. Of course not. I'm gonna lock up into T1 and absolutely bottle the first lap. Come on. Did you think I was really improving that much? Of course not.
Lap 2 it is.
So this is the last part of that second lap, and we're still on for lap, which is a good thing. Now I have made some changes to my pedal set for this race. If you don't know, I recently switched from the Fanatec pedals I had before. I think they were called the CSL Elite with load cell thingies, I'm not sure, but I switched to the Simagic P1000, which is a massive step up in quality and also in brake feeling. But I tried to set up my brake a little different. It was a little bit more responsive, so I didn't have to push it really hard for an initial brake. That was fine in practice, but in the race, when you are a little bit more tense with your feet, I'd say, it becomes a little harder and I tend to lock up a little bit too much.
We are gonna get a lap in, but at what position are we going to end up? Yeah, 52. This is the greatest lap ever. P6. That's... Alright, let's go off track. This guy is wild.
There we go. Not the best of launches. I'd say that was a pretty terrible launch, actually. We lost 2 positions, I believe, so we're nicely in the mid-pack and we should be focusing to survive this couple of corners and make our way back to the front from there. Now we see Matteo with the defense. He was, like I said, pretty wild also in the first couple of corners. Now are we gonna get an opportunity here to pass him? Because the field bunches up there. I kinda expect it, and we go for the inside, and watch this. This is the netcode of the century. Doesn't feel good, but there's just nothing you can do about that.
I'm 100% positive that was netcode. Like 110. Doesn't feel good to drive anybody off, but I assume that was netcode. So try and pass him soon.
Alright, as you can see, this guy in front of which the name is also very difficult to pronounce makes a nice mistake. He goes too deep into the last corner. He does get a nice exit because of that, but he lost some time there and we are definitely in for an overtaking opportunity there.
We can't follow the group. Need to pass him right now.
Are we gonna go for it? We are. Now, like I said, I am struggling with the brakes a little bit, so there's a tiny lock off of the right rear.
I was afraid I was gonna lock up and drive into him, but this is good. Good enough. Woo. It's a bit loose. Do we got some draft? I don't think so. So close to the draft. Still so far away. We need this race to kick off.
And look at that in front. This race is indeed kicking off.
Like that.
And honestly, that's just what I needed. Because they were a little faster than me, in all honesty. I just use the brake as an excuse, as this pretend race driver excuse that I'm not fast enough, but in all honesty, they were just fast.
Ooh, there we go.
And I really needed this to catch up with them.
I'll take the off track. Now we have draft. Come on, give me that sweet draft. There we go. Let's see how much we gain on our previous best. There we go. 15, 14. It's not a huge draft yet, but it's definitely a 10th. Look at them. Woo.
So they're really starting to become feisty there. And I'm not sure if it's okay to go over the pit lane exit. I'm not sure what the rules are, if it gives you enough track or anything, but it seems a little sketchy to me to go all the way to the right there.
This is not my race so far. I'm not feeling very confident on throttle in the car. I don't know why. So anything we can salvage will be good. I'm also hot. Left my sweater on. That was a mistake. Alright, 5 to go. 4 to go.
And as you can see, I lost some ground to them, even though they are fighting. So, like I said before, I need something to happen in order to salvage a result. Oh, there we go. That's one.
That's a freebie. Samuel. Rip, my friend. He's gone. Oh, he's not gone, but almost. It's impossible, obviously. Especially after the gravel update they did. Not sure what it was this race. Just didn't feel really confident. I was weird because I was doing personal best in the practices before, but let's look at the incident on lap 1 because that still feels a bit weird and I hope I didn't hit him. Well, I did hit him, but you know what I mean. Wow. Come on, iRacing. I thought this was the case, but I don't know. Would I have hit him? Maybe. Probably. Don't know. Was I? I think I could have kept it side by side, but we will never know because of this. Alright, there we go. Last race of the week. I feel like I don't mention enough that this is a series I'm doing, so I'm just gonna plug it for once. Maybe I should do it more often. I don't know. But this is a series where I try to become a Porsche Cup champion. Try to be is gonna be very important in that title. Basically, I'm just doing a full Porsche Cup season and just documenting how we do. Practice pays off already. So because of the bottle of the last start, I decided to practice my race starts, and it was actually my best launch of all the races, so that's why I'm saying practice pays off. There was quite a big gap in the quali before. The 3 cars that you see in front of me were half a second faster, and I believe I was also similar, half a second faster than the guys behind. So I was in a nice gap, so my goal here was to stay in draft, follow these guys, and hope for a podium if something happens. Try to work out a rhythm. Slow down. So surprised by the slowdown that I don't turn. So I'll show you the only interesting moment of this race, unfortunately. Other than that, it was quite a boring race. As you can see, Liam in front is a little faster, can't keep up with him, and Tobias is also faster. As you can see in the mirror, he's very big and he's going for the move here. Not here, mate. Why here? Just... So my reaction is because I wanted to let him go anyway. He was faster, and as I'll explain, it will be my only chance of trying to catch up with Liam. Didn't lose a lot of time, to be honest. Just didn't expect it there. to be honest. That's all. I did want to let him pass anyway. He was faster, and this might be my only shot at passing Liam. And below, I don't really want to fight to go down even more, so this is kind of what it is. And there we go, we're skipping to the last lap of the race, the last corner even, because as you can see on the minimap, absolutely nothing happened anymore in this race. They were simply a little faster than me. As you can see on the relative, Tobias did catch up with Liam, but he didn't get the chance to pass him in the end. And we were 3 seconds behind them and 8 seconds behind P5. So bit of a bore fest, but these races happen as well. And still a P4 is a very nice result, even though the strength of field wasn't as high as in races before. Best result, I don't think points wise, but I'll show you in a minute. But position wise, best result of the week. Still feels but yeah, we're improving, I guess. So this week, 2 interesting things happened. First of all, we got our highest scoring race of the season, which was the second race you saw, in which we finished 5th, even more points than my win on Road Atlanta. It all has to do with the strength of field and how that system works, but we're not going into detail of that. It was just good to get our highest scoring points yet. And the second thing that surprised me is that we are actually 7th in the standings currently. Now this is mostly due to other drivers cherry picking their combos they like and they don't like, so they tend to switch between series and not focus on one. So 7th, we're gaining. If we can keep this up, we're gonna win it. But yeah, it's gonna be tough, still a long season ahead. Next week is Long Beach, which is, well, gonna be an interesting video. I'm quite sure of it, and I'll see you then. Have a good one.